Hello, YouTuber. This is Sincere Michael from Screw Productions, bringing you a new podcast from my segment called Are They Both the Same Thing? And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand it. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breathe your heart during this audio podcast recording, not trying to cause any audio feedback as well. Anyway, before I begin, if you're wondering what's that noise in the background, that's just my neighbor a couple of doors down playing his little old school jam. So basically, if you even though he's kind of far away, but if you could somehow pick up his radio somehow, you must hear some Superman hearing. But anyway, let's get into this podcast. Are Pawn Stars and Star Wars both the same thing? Now, let's start off with Pawn Stars. Now, Pawn Stars it's a reality show about a Las Vegas pawn shop owned by Corey owned by Rick Hansen, who is part owner of a famous Las Vegas pawn shop with his dad Richard Harrison and his son Corey Hansen. Now so this reality show follows the day of the Hansen clan dealing with people buying and selling stuff in and out of the pawn shop, along with the help of the trusted goofball police Austin Chumley Russell. Now, let's see what now. Pawn Stars is the most popular. It's one of the most popular It's the most viewed popular reality shows on the History Channel. It comes on the History Channel. It debuted in July 19, 2009. It was the second. Pawn Stars became. It was the second highest debut of reality shows. It took the second spot for the highest rated reality show. If you wonder what the first highest reality show is, the Jersey Shore. You gotta love those grills. Sorry if I get offending anybody with that, but that's what the Jersey Shore people call themselves. So, anyway, ever since its debut, Pawn Stars had over 12 seasons, over 460 episodes. Spoilers for 6 spin-off series on the History Channel. 3 of those series are for 3 different versions of Pawn Stars. Cajun Pawn Stars and I think it was and Russian Pawn Stars. The other 2 shows are just different reality shows about cars and shit like that. Pawn Stars, this show, who would have thought a reality show about pawn shop will be the biggest reality show that the History Channel ever created. Now, I couldn't find who created Pawn I couldn't find who was behind the creators of Pawn Stars, but it's the same info. I couldn't find who was behind the creators of Pawn Stars, but what the producers are named a little iffy as well. So anyway, look at this Pawn Stars in a nutshell. Now, anyway, let's get to Storage Wars. Now, Storage Wars is another reality show about people buying storage units. Now, the Storage Wars take place in California. Now, by law, it's a storage. If you live in California, by law, if you don't pay. If you don't pay any rent for the last year, pretty much for your storage, or if the storage unit is abandoning, by law, the storage unit facility has the right to auction out your stuff. So this reality show follows a bunch of storage units, but the people who make their lives off of buying storage units and selling them at the second-hand thrift shops or at flea markets. Now each day they go to a different. They go to a different storage facility where they have an auction. So basically, during the auction, they try to pick on the best. They try to pick up the best storage unit with the best stuff, and on the best stuff, and try to make a profit. So basically, that's the whole Pawn Stars, the whole Storage Wars, almost the whole Storage Wars storyline in a nutshell. So basically, these competitors often bid against each other, or sometimes help each other out for buying storage units. Storage Wars comes on the A&E channel on cable. It debuted in December the 1st, 2010. The creator is Darth Scott. The show's creator, his name is Darth Scott. Storage Wars, it's been on for 9 seasons. It had over 179 episodes. Now, the show has spawned two spin-offs, being Storage Wars New York, Storage Wars Texas, and Barry's Best Buy. One of the local people who buy storage units on the show, who got his own spin-off show. Now, anyway. That's Storage Wars in a nutshell. Now let's see what these shows. See what both these shows have in common. Both shows end up. Whether it's the Pawn Star cast or the Storage Wars cast end up buying items, and end up selling them for a profit, but whether buying or selling any item that any item for a profit, usually whatever they buy, they usually try to make their money back, for the value of that technical item, You know, almost every time in Star Wars and Pawn Stars, it's an item. If they come across an item, they'll have no knowledge about. They always go seek experts help. They even go to an expert who has exact knowledge of the technical item, and try to get and ask that expert opinion how much this item is worth in its current condition. Current condition. Now, another pro about this is usually when they go, usually the Pawn Stars do go out of their pawn shop to buy things, just like the Storage Wars. This cash goes out to different storage units, and buy things. Most of the time, the storage wars in that storage war cash and the Pawn Stars cash we end up buying like automobiles or any type of transportation vehicle. Now, both the Pawn Star cast and the Storage War cast end up buying up everything they think is worth money. Now, let's see what they both have. What they both have in common. Now, when it comes to buying Storage Wars, it's a random it's a long shot. So baby, so if you buy when the Storage Wars cast by storage, they will have a few minutes to see what's inside that storage. Most of the time, they don't know what to. Sometimes storage units be so full with stuff. They can't really see what's inside the storage unit, see anything good. So basically, it's a gamble to buy a storage unit. It's always a gamble to buy a storage unit. You never know what's inside it. But when it comes to Pawn Stars, they always know what they're buying. They always know what they're buying. Because the people walk right inside with what the technical item and whatnot. Now, when it comes to buying storage unit, there is no type of law when it comes to buying storage unit. You can buy many storage unit as you want. Now, when it comes to a pawn shop, by law, it's a part of owner employee who works at a pawn shop, especially at the Pawn shop, have to ask you, do you want to pawn it or sell it by law. So there's so if you want to pawn something, they get you a certain amount of time to pay back the money for the item for that pawn item. But if you don't pay the money back for that pawn item, you by law the pawn shop will have to will sell that item if you don't pay the money back in a certain amount of time. Now, now, pawns are but unlike storage units, unlike storage units, pawn stores have to follow certain guidelines and when it comes to buying stuff with documents, paper, and whatnot. With pawns, with storage units, all you have to do is just pay cash, no questions asked. Now let's get to the point. Are these things both the same thing? Yes, they are both the same thing. Both shows to buy items, sell items for a profit. Even though one is about buying storage units and the other one is about a pawn shop, both being reality shows. They are both the same thing. These shows are both the same thing. Both these shows at the end of the day buy and sell items and make a profit from those items. So basically, they are both the same thing. Anyway, this is Sincere Michael from Screw You Productions. Sign off. 1.